we have our normal screen up. What we want to do is we want to go to computer. In your computer, it's going to show you different drives that you have. You will only have two showing. You'll have your H drive and the student share drive, which is the S drive. I have more, but you only will have two. The H drive is your home drive. That's the one where you've been saving stuff or done stuff for school for a long time. We care about the S drive, the student drive. So you're going to double click that. When that opens, you'll have two folders here. One says read this, ignore that. The other says photo. You want to click on that. Now, when I do it, all of the people, all of my students come up. You're only going to have one folder in there. And so you're just going to click on the folder with your name, okay? The one with your name, nobody else's. Now, one of the things that happens is many times people try to come in with the folder open and move pictures into that drive. You cannot. It will not allow you to do that. You can only move them into your folder. It's like your own filing cabinet. So I'm going to pretend that I'm Neil today. So here's Neil's S drive. And so you see it's empty. There's nothing in there, okay, to start with. By the time you're done with this class, there's going to be a lot of stuff in there. Maybe 12 folders and hundreds of pictures, okay? But the first thing you want to do, and I want you to do this today, is to right-click in there and go to New Folder. And in there, you're going to put the name of this project, which is Adjective Assignment. Whoops, let's not have cap locks on. Okay? So you can put Adjective Assignment, or you can just put adjectives, it doesn't matter, and then put Enter. So now we have a folder in there named that assignment. By the time we're done, we're going to have a whole bunch of folders with a whole bunch of different assignments in there. Okay? Now, you want to double-click that so you have that sort of file drawer open, if you will, in order to put your pictures in there. So those are all sitting there. So now I'm going to take my memory card, and I'm going to upload it. So I'm going to stick it into the USB drive, makes that cool little sound, and two folders pop up. It says digital, DCIM is digital camera image something monitor, I don't remember what the M stands for. Ignore the miscellaneous one. So we're going to double click on there. Now, every time you take a picture, the camera makes, or every time you go out and you shoot new on a different day or a different time, the camera will create folders for you and name them this. Always ignore the miscellaneous ones. You just want the folders that have numbers on them. So the last one, the one on the bottom, will be the last folder of pictures that you took. But either one will have pictures in them, and you just double click on that, and it opens, and it shows you all of these pictures. Okay? And so now so I have that open, and I also have my S drive window open. I have the card window open, what's on the memory card, and I have my S drive open. And all I want to do is move the pictures that I shot into my S drive. How I do that is I just click and drag. Do not cut and paste. Do not copy and paste. Click and drag. Click and drag. Because it'll make a copy, and it's the safest way for you to move pictures from one folder to another or one place to another without losing anything. So let's say I shot the first row. So I'm going to take this image and I'm going to click and drag it in there. And you'll see that it copied it. Now, right now the view is to see these little thumbnails, and we want that same view here. So in the upper right hand corner is this little window that is your, if you hover over it, it tells you to change your view. It's your viewing window. We want to use large icons. There's other things you can do. You can do a list, you can do details, you can do tiles. There's a bunch of stuff you can do, but large icons is really the best way to go. Click on that and you'll see that it looks very similar to how the camera does it. And then you have that picture in your S drive now, and you can do anything you want with it. To move more than one picture, the way you do that is you don't have to click on it and look at it and click on it and look at the next one, is you hold the Control key down. Control key, and you can select several pictures. If you keep the Control key down and you left mouse click on any of the pictures that you want to pull into the your S drive, and then you let go of the Control key and you just click and move them in, it moves though it's moving in 10 of these photos at the same time. And we already have that one in, so we're skipping that one. So now those are all moved in. Okay? Now, even easier, if you did, and let's click out of that so we're not highlighting any of those anymore. The other thing you can do is you can move several of your images in a row at the same time by clicking on the first one, holding the Shift key down, and then clicking on the last image in there, okay? So if I come in, I want to do these first 2 rows or all the way up to here, it highlights all those, and then I let go and I can move them in here. And now you notice that they'll all pop up, but that none of these are gone. So if something happened in the transfer of one image of your images into the your S drive, and something might have happened where the computer died or whatever, you haven't lost your original images here. They're all still on the card, which you can go in and delete later. Okay, and I can delete those now if I wanted because they're all highlighted, but I don't need to do that because they're all in the S drive now. So to remember, to reiterate, to move one, you just click and drag it in. Okay? To move several different ones that aren't in a row, hold the Control key down and pick the ones that you want to enter. Okay? And then let go of the Control key and click and drag those in. If you want to do a bunch of them in a row, you click on the first one, hold the Shift key down, and click on the last one, and then move those in. That's the best way to move pictures all in there. So now I can exit out of the card because everything now is in my S drive, all ready to go. All of my pictures that I took for this assignment are in here. So if we go back, you can see that I have my name. My name is Neil Wilcoxon today. And so if I click on my name, I open it and I have the adjective assignment. Inside the adjective assignment, I click on that, and then there are all my pictures. Now, if you further want to make another folder in here, like to say edited or use these, because you're going to pick which ones you want to use for your PowerPoint. You can click those and put those on there. You can just right-click, get a new folder, and say edited, or whatever you want to do. You can call it whatever. So once you start editing them, and those are the ones you want to use, then this is a way to organize. It's like a filing cabinet. This is another file. That's why they make it look like a file. And you can put whatever in there. So once you start editing them or figuring out which ones you want to use for your PowerPoint, you can. And that's it. That's all you're going to do.